In this video, we'll be talking about how Cardano could hit $10 and which events and things would have to be implemented and developed in order for Cardano to take this next push to these new heights. So, first of all, I want to talk about governments. Cardano recently made a deal with Ethiopia, a country in Africa, and this deal will enable millions and millions of teachers and kids to be able to use smart contracts to track grades in school, and the whole school system is basically going to be optimized with smart contracts from Cardano. So this is a huge deal. It is 5 million kids or whatever schoolers that will now be able to use smart contracts for a lot of the school grading system and exams, and it all will be taken care of with smart contracts. So this is a huge deal, guys. And why do I think that this can actually push Cardano in the future also? Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, has also been trying to get into the Philippines and been talking to people from there, maybe into the school system, or just get into involved in the economy even more, and that is through governments. When Cardano expands like this into schools and really gets used more, this is where people will get more comfortable with Cardano and they will trust it more and they will start using it. And if you're a school kid from Ethiopia and you grew up with hearing about Cardano and smart contracts, then you'll probably, at least you will also know about it in the future, and there's a much higher possibility that you will actually go ahead and research about it and maybe potentially buy some and get into this whole ecosystem. So governments is really probably one of the #1 things that can boost Cardano in the future. We have smart contracts coming out in just like half a month, so that's going to be really exciting, and of course also makes this list because that is definitely something that will boost the price and the usability of Cardano. The next point on my list is institutional buyers. Institutional buyers is companies buying up crypto. We have seen this in Tesla, for example. The company has bought $140 billion worth of Bitcoin, and that was because they wanted to be able to receive Bitcoin for as a payment for their cars. That got delayed out a bit, but institutions, banks are starting to invest, firms are starting to buy crypto. Think about this for a moment, guys. If a company or a firm or a hedge fund invests in Bitcoin, how hard is it for them? How long time will it take for them to get into Ethereum, to get into Cardano, to get into the other big, huge coins? I don't think that we have to wait long for big institutions to start buying Cardano. And also, Cardano has a lot more usability with smart contracts coming out. That will increase the chance even more for institutions starting to buy Cardano. Imagine how many individual buyers would have to buy Cardano to make up $140 billion, which is Tesla's investment. That is crazy, right? So this is really something that can boost the price much more than individual buyers. But the next point on my list, nevertheless, is individual buyers. And not just individual buyers in general. I actually think that Cardano right now is building a very strong community, and don't get me wrong here, there's some very strong communities out there in crypto on Reddit, but I think Cardano is building one of the strongest communities out there of people who know what they're talking about, people who are actually nerding around with coins and really knows a lot about it. And people talk about Dogecoin having a great community, but Dogecoin is, for one, a shitcoin, but also I think the people who are in that community, they're not really investing in the coin for actually the things that it is providing and giving to the world with partnering with governments and smart contracts. That is not happening in Dogecoin, and so that is why I think the community is really worth much less, and it's the people in the community really only care about the memes and about the next time Elon talks about it. So And that is why I think Cardano is building one of the strongest communities in the whole crypto world. Another thing is the fact that Cardano's recent skyrocket has brought insane amounts of attention to the coin. And when a crypto explodes like that and outperforms all of its competitors, well, then people's eyes are automatically going to go directly to Cardano in this case. So that is why it has been ranked up. Now it's rank 3 crypto in the whole world, and a lot of people have noticed this coin. One thing that I've noticed with Cardano is every time you hear podcasts and people talking about crypto in general, you hear them talking about Bitcoin. And then if the people talking actually know anything about crypto and knows what can provide value in the real world, then they will maybe start talking about Ethereum. But the thing is, they don't get any further than that. Ethereum is the last coin that they talk about, and they forget about Cardano, although Cardano is now the number 3 rank in the world. So my point is, there's a lot of people right now getting to know this coin a lot better because of this skyrocket. If you look at the crypto news right now, every second or third news article is about Cardano. So that is why it really gets a lot more publicity right now. So governments getting into governments helping people in the real world, schools, and helping out the government. Smart contracts will enable that to be done even more efficiently. Institutional buyers, companies, individual companies, hedge funds. I bet there's a lot of hedge funds out there who also has started to invest in Bitcoin. They see Cardano now, and they are like, heck yeah, why didn't we get on that rocket right there 2-3x in a month? That is something that a lot of hedge funds are definitely getting their eye out for now. So if they're in Bitcoin and they see this huge rocket gets all the attention to Cardano, well, then I bet there's a lot of hedge funds, institutions starting to get their eye out for this and starting to think about Bitcoin maybe isn't the greatest, and they hear all these things that Cardano is developing on and all their visions, and yeah, huge things here. Really the most important one is governments, the fact that they can expand so quickly. Imagine they write one deal, and of course it takes a year maybe to write a deal like that, but they get 5 million people, 5 million students to use their service, to use smart contracts in Cardano. That is huge, guys. If you can just get 5 million people in one contract, imagine if they start doing this more often, get the Philippines in on the deals. And I don't know what Charles is doing. He's a crazy man. He's out there writing deals all day long. So I think we'll just get completely blown away. These are the 3 things, 4 if you count the smart contracts, that will enable Cardano to reach $10 and beyond. $10 is not very much out of sight anymore. It's 3x or something like that. So not really too big of a target to set on the coin anymore, I don't think so, because really the only things that have caused this rocket has been smart contracts, hype for that, and then getting Cardano listed on the Japanese coin exchange, so Japanese people can start buying Cardano. That's really those 2 things that have mainly been pushing Cardano here in the past month. So we're not really counting in all of these other factors with governments and institutional buyers and things like that. So that is why I think Cardano has huge potential right now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.